I'm using bootstrapping in a different way today. I'm using bootstrapping in a way that is talking about using your own skills. Using yourself to do a lot of the things that you should be paying other people to do, or you should be outsourcing other people to do. Okay. So one of those things is doing your website. And this is what I hear a lot of people do. They'll be like, I've been working on my website for 4 months, for 5 months, for a year. And they're trying to do the website by themselves. And the first question I ask them is, are you a web developer? Do you build websites? Do you know how to do that? Is that your skill? Have you been trained? And they're like, no, Chandra, but I can do it on Wix, or I can do it on these free platforms, so I don't have to pay anybody. So I don't have to pay anybody. That's one, you're being cheap. Stop being cheap and pay somebody to do it. If you really want it, if you really want your business and you want to have a platform and people to go see that you're legitimate, to see your skills and see your testimonials and see your products and your services, you need to have a website, right? You need to. So don't try to build your own website if you don't know how to do it. Okay, because then you're going to build a bootleg looking website, and nobody is going to take you seriously if you build a bootleg website. Okay, you don't have to have it perfect. You don't have to have it perfect. I'm not saying go hire somebody that costs $1,000, but you can definitely go on Fiverr, and I give this resource to all my clients, Fiverr, and find somebody for a good price to build your website. All right. Stop trying to build your own website. You don't have enough time to do that. And actually, sometimes people try to do busy work to prevent them from doing the real work. It's just a good excuse. I'm going to work on this thing all the time and saying I'm building it, I'm working, I'm researching, all that stuff, when it's really just fear in disguise. And it's just procrastination in disguise. So you have to stop making excuses, find somebody to build your website for you, and move it along. All right. So you can get going and make some damn money. All right. So that's one way that people bootstrap their own business. The other one is watching YouTube after YouTube videos on whatever subject or whatever you're trying to sell or whatever you're trying to do. You watch YouTube videos over and over and over again, trying to figure something out when you can be hiring somebody else to do it. Okay, whether that's building your YouTube, it's building a funnel, creating a flyer, whatever, stop it. If it's not your talent, if it's not your gift, then you shouldn't be doing it in the first place. You can always outsource and find somebody to do everything that you need to do. Creating spreadsheets, doing admin work, creating flyers, design your logo, whatever. You can always hire somebody else to do it. So stop trying to figure things out and do things that you have no business doing. You don't have to nowadays. There's somebody that knows how to do everything, right? And we'll try to do it ourselves and putting tape on things and never doing it 100%, okay? So that's number 2, right? And number 3 is you're doing research, too much research. You can pay somebody to do the research. So you're working all day, say you're in a job still, you're working all day, and you are, and then you come home and do research every night. You've been doing research for the last 5 years. Right? Who's that? Who's been doing research all the time? Right? Who's doing research all the time? Too much research, and you can hire somebody to do the research. If you're like, I'm researching companies that I could work with, right? I'm doing all this first. Before you even launch your business, you're doing a gang of research. Pay somebody to do the research. If you got to find 10 companies that are looking for this thing that you provide, hire somebody to do that research. Duplicate yourself. And I mentioned that before, like getting a VA, hiring somebody on Fiverr to do the research for you, paying them for 10 hours to go, and you want them specifically to do the research on this thing. All right. I'm telling you, my first year of business, Fiverr is my best friend, right? I learned from coaching to not do that busy work that took hours of my time when I needed to be devoting my time in the vision, right? In the vision, because that's where my talent was. All right. So those are the 3 things that people do to try to bootstrap their own business. And when you don't know what you're doing, don't do it. You don't have to do the things that you don't know how to do. You can outsource it. You can pay somebody else to do it. Stop being cheap. If you want it that bad, you'll figure out a way, or you'll find an excuse, which is fear. Another thing disguised as fear. right? It's disguised as an excuse, but it's really fear. All of our excuses are. All right. So another few things that I want to talk to you about is being uncomfortable. And if you really want to be an entrepreneur, you have to work that uncomfortable muscle like nobody's business. Okay. You have to work that uncomfortable muscle. You have to force yourself to get uncomfortable. And you have to be uncomfortable, right? Because getting uncomfortable is the key to success. Getting uncomfortable is the key to many rewards in your business. If you don't get uncomfortable, right? If you stay comfy and you don't push past that uncomfortable feeling, you have to, every time you feel uncomfortable, you have to do it. That's your sign. You feel uncomfortable, do it. You feel nervous and uncomfortable, do it. When it comes to your business, when it comes to taking risk, do it uncomfortable. And I promise you, you're either going to get a blessing or you're going to get a lesson. Either one, it's going to be a blessing to you, because I'm telling you, all of my mistakes that I made in my business are a blessing. So I know what not to do anymore, right? If I don't do anything, I won't know what not to do. And I'll keep doing things over and over again. So you have to learn. You have to make mistakes in order to learn what not to do later. That's what entrepreneurship is. It's mistake after mistake after mistake until you get it right. And that's the problem with a lot of people who are perfectionists, who overthink. They think that they're going to come up with the perfect idea, so they're waiting. Like, I don't know, what do you need to hear, or what makes you think that you're going to get the like the aha. This is the perfect idea and the perfect business model. Now go launch it, and you're going to make all this money. No, that's not how. I ask every entrepreneur how many mistakes they had to make, how many things they had to put out there that nobody even bought. I could come up with a list and tell you guys how many things I launched that nobody bought, right? And I wanted to give up, but I didn't, and I kept going, trial and error. That's what works, right? And we're stuck hiding, right? We're stuck hiding when we shouldn't be hiding. Right? We just put yourself out there, try it and test it. Okay. You have to get proof. You have to get some proof that your stuff works. You have to get some proof that what you're selling, people want. All right. So you have to get uncomfortable. So getting uncomfortable is the key to success and to your rewards. I promise you, if you get uncomfortable, there's going to be a win on that other side, whether you learned a lesson or you got a blessing, like, oh my God, right? Every time I do this with my clients, I'm telling you, I'm doing a challenge with my Powerhouse Academy right now in cohort 9. I'm making them post about their business every day. And a lot of them weren't doing that. I'm making them post in different ways, and I'm prompting them every morning at 6:30 a.m. I'm sending them an idea. I'm telling them what to do, basically, and how to do it. And they are getting business, they're getting inquiries, they're getting partnerships, they're getting opportunities. They're just like, they're booked up already, but the power of visibility. But sometimes we don't know that, right? Until we get somebody to help us and tell us. But we got to get uncomfortable. I'm making them very uncomfortable. I made them all go on video and go live yesterday. And I'm telling you, they were nervous, but they did it. And when they did it, the love and support they receive online for them taking that chance is huge in their confidence, right? In their confidence, in their belief that their idea and their business is something people love and something people need and people are interested in learning about. So I want you guys to work that muscle, okay? Work that muscle of getting uncomfortable. It is a key to entrepreneurship and to success. The next thing is being embarrassed, right? You have to be willing to be embarrassed. You have to get embarrassed. You have to be comfortable with getting embarrassed, right? And understand that feeling embarrassed is much easier to bear than the feeling of regret. You want me to say that again? Getting embarrassed is easier to bear than the feeling of a lifetime of regret. Have you guys ever read that article that a nurse created from being on in a hospice, and all the stories she heard from people dying and what they said they regretted for not following their dreams or not taking action on that big idea and their big vision? It wasn't about little random stuff like I wish I did this or blah, blah, blah. It was about ideas and following their dreams. You have to be able to bear with being embarrassed more than bearing with a lifetime of regret. What do you want to live with? What do you want to live with? And the only person in your way is you. I will always say this. The only person in your way is you, nobody else. You cannot blame. If you try to blame somebody else and you try to talk to me about blaming somebody else, I ain't going for it because you are the only person. Well, this person didn't do this. Well, they're always loud in my house and I can't do this. I don't want to hear it. No company, no organization, no business, no spouse, no boyfriend, no kids, no job, no school, no time, nothing. It's you. It's you. So you either find a way, right? Or just shut up and don't do anything, right? And just stay where you're at. Stop talking about it. And it's time to take action. So hopefully you guys understood everything that I'm saying today. All right. And you know that I say this with all the love in my heart and all the push that I have inside of me because I want everybody to win. I truly believe we have no competition. There's plenty of resources, there's plenty of business, and plenty of people to pay us in this world where we don't have to be competitive. I want everybody to win. I've always wanted everybody to win. So I'm always going to be looking out for you, and I'm always going to be pushing you to that next level because that's what I needed in order to get me to that next level. So thank you for being here on my Fire Yourself Fridays. I want everybody to fire themselves from their jobs, their current jobs. And like my post said today, if you can go and close $1 million deals for that company that you're working for, you can do that for yourself. So if you can close $1 million grants or whatever you're doing in your job, closing deals, then why couldn't you sell $10,000 worth of services a month? $20,000, $30,000. That's easy work. Once you learn the systems to do it, you got to learn the systems to do it. That's why you need to hire somebody like me to help you do that. But you need to figure it out. You need to figure it out. You need to get the help you need to figure it out. All right. So you all have a blessed day. Okay. Take care. I want you to be on the lookout for my vision school starting in January. So it's a membership for 12 months. It's $195 now. The price goes up in January to $265 a month. If you have been telling me you're signing up today, then keep your word and inbox me because I'm not chasing anybody anymore. I'm not going to chase you. So if you told me you're going to sign up today, come in my inbox or click the link and go sign up. All right. Enough talk. Sign up. Get going. Put your big girl panties on. Let's go. All right, everybody, guys have a blessed day, and I'll see you later.